the Battle of Bloomington here on BEC-TV. Jefferson won the first matchup between the two teams at Kennedy High School. Now the Eagles try to turn the tables on the Jaguars here at home in the return matchup. Alongside Calvin Amundsen-Geisel, this is Josh Powers. So glad to be with you tonight. Always great to bring you a Battle of Bloomington. Fans might be a little limited with all the snow we had in the area, but we're excited for yet another edition and a lot on the line in this game, specifically for Jefferson, as we'll talk about with some playoff and conference possibilities. But first, let's send it down courtside for the starting lineups and our national anthem.
22-22. And welcome to Bloomington Jefferson High School for tonight's crosstown matchup between the visiting Kennedy Eagles and your very own Bloomington Jefferson Jaguars. Bloomington Public Schools expect all fans to show good sportsmanship at all athletic contests. Good sportsmanship is built on respect for all referees, athletes, coaches, fans, and the national anthem. Your cooperation is expected and appreciated. Whatever school you choose to cheer for, we ask everyone in attendance this evening to please be good sports. And now we ask that you stand, remove your caps, face the flag, and respectfully join in the singing and playing of our national anthem. And now your starting lineups in alternating fashion. For the Eagles of Kennedy, starting at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 2, Suhaib Fritek. For your Jaguars, at guard, a 6'2" senior, number 4, Samir Jones. For the Eagles, a 6'4" forward senior, number 20, Leanthony Wright-Ponder. And for your Jaguars, starting at guard, a 6'3" sophomore, number 5, Daniel Freitag. For the Eagles, a 6-foot senior guard, number 21, Dalton Schmazel. And for your Jaguars, a 5'10" senior guard, number 11, Aiden Atkins. For Kennedy, at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 13, Marquez Monroe. And for your Jaguars, at guard, a 6-foot senior, number 21, Hayden Holland. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Eagles of Kennedy, at 6'6", a senior center, number 32, Christopher Martin. And for your Jaguars, a 6'3" senior forward, number 50, Kashan Kobold. The Eagles are coached by Jamin Cook, assisted by Michael Crowder, Nick Olson, and Jesse Doliner. Your Jaguars are coached by Jeff Evans, assisted by Jim Williams, Matt Vollum, Nick Zilka, Neil Mortland, and Brian Sikora. Managers for tonight, Olivia LaKelt, Charlie Shands, Addie Elliott, and Abby Courier. And your distinguished officials for tonight's contest, Josh Wigley, Marvin Pate, and Mike Lobas.
Red light, green light.
All right, we are ready to get this Battle of Bloomington underway. Calvin, Jefferson, they have a lot to play for tonight. They're only one game back in the Metro West. They're one game behind Orono. They still have yet to play Orono here in the final week, so they need a win to keep pace in a possible 15th conference championship for them. What do you expect from the Jaguars tonight?
The Jaguars should be doing really well tonight. They have multiple players. Their starting five is doing really well right now. You know, you've got Daniel Freitag, and he scored almost 40% of all of the Jefferson's points. You know, you've got Blake Mamalakis, you've got Hayden Holland, you got Aiden Atkins, Samir Jones, all these guys that can totally ball.
Meanwhile, for Kennedy, a win against Jefferson, always big, but they are in Class 3A, but they've been playing mostly 4A schools all year, so they'd like to be playing their best basketball come playoff time to have as good of a chance as they think they can have in their Class 3A section play coming up here in a couple weeks. It's Freitag with the first shot, and it's off the mark. He's the Jaguars' leading scorer at 25 points per game. Kashawn Cobalt on the inside, sneaks around Christopher Martin for the basket.
That was good. He just stayed with it all the way, and he got the bucket.
No one in Jefferson history has ever averaged 20 points per game for a career, but this is Freitag's first full year on the varsity, already 25 points per game this year. And he gets fouled early on, and that was a theme in the first matchup. I know you were here covering the girls' game, Calvin, but Daniel Freitag got to the line early and often. Part of his 20 points in that game, Jefferson won that earlier matchup 50-46. Freitag scoring 12 of his 20 points at the free throw line. He is a very good free throw shooter, and Kennedy really got into some foul trouble in that first game. Here's Jones with a nifty scoop shot over Anthony Wright Ponder as the first two baskets go to the Jaguars. Jefferson with some pressure. Nice catch there by Dalton Smalzel. One of Kennedy's leading scorers. This is their leading scorer, Christopher Martin. And that's a size advantage. That's a matchup with him and Anthony Wright Ponder. 32 and 20, two guys taller than anybody that Jefferson has. That's an area, Calvin, where Kennedy can really exploit in this game.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kennedy definitely has a lot taller players, at least their starting five does, over Jefferson. So that should allow them to make more layups and drive the ball better.
Inside to Martin again. You see he's guarded by Hayden Holland, which is given up about 7 or 8 inches. And even Kashawn Cobalt coming over to help. Foul is on Atkins. So a couple of early Jefferson fouls on Martin. One note that Marquez Monroe, you see him floating at the top of the zone with the ball now, wearing 13 tonight instead of his normal 23. Offensive rebound to Martin on the box out. Here is Monroe, and he swishes the three from the top of the key. So Marquez Monroe, not necessarily a prolific scorer for Kennedy, but getting it done there. Averages just 6.8 points per game. Freitag with the reverse.
Now that was something. He didn't look. You saw that replay. He didn't even look when he tossed that ball up.
He scored 30 in the most recent game we covered a couple weeks back in a Jaguar loss. Smalzel looked like he may have got hit on the arm. No call. Samir Jones, too strong on the layup. And it's Suaib Freitag with the ball for Kennedy. No relation to Freitag. His pass nearly stolen. Now it's loose on the floor. Picked up by the Jaguars. Leaking ahead, Holland. He misses the layup. And Cobalt gets fouled on the rebound. So the first free throws of the night for Kashawn Cobalt for Jefferson. Their third leading scorer at 10.5 points per game. Hayden Holland, 12.8 points per game.
Yeah, well, that was kind of an awkward sequence you saw right there. Samir Jones, he's not known as a point maker. You know, he's better at passing the ball around the court. So you saw he kind of hesitated a little bit before he went up to shoot that, and then after he missed it, you know, he see that usual sigh. And then, you know, luckily, Cobalt got fouled, so they have a chance to make up some of these points that they missed.
There's some big-time athletes in this game, most notably Freitag for Jefferson, who's only a sophomore, and you've got Marquez Monroe, the junior for Kennedy, who just got fouled there. Both guys have been invited visitors to the University of Minnesota. Marquez Monroe for football, and Daniel Freitag, who does have a basketball offer. He has been at numerous Gopher games this year. Great to see the local school taking interest in both of those young men here in the city of Bloomington. This is Monroe, now Lee Anthony Wright. Ponder inside, the quick double on Martin. Cobalt will try to single him up. A good look from Martin, but he can't get it to fall. Kennedy can live with shots like that, Calvin. Very high percentage right there. 8-3 Jefferson in the early going. It's free tag trying to get loose, and he's called for a travel. Good double team there by Kennedy. They surrounded him and forced the turnover.
I also think not only did they circle him, I also think that he maybe tried too hard to get the ball up before he tried to pass it, and that probably caused him to step once or twice more than he wanted to.
In the earlier game, it was Kennedy that got out to the lead in the first half. Here it's Jefferson with the early run, and the three-quarter court trap works again as it's stolen by Hayden Holland. On the inside, Cobalt, backdoor cut. Hayden Holland with the layup. As 4 different Jaguars have already scored, and this has been a problem for Kennedy without really a true point guard on the roster. Free Tech is kind of their point along with Monroe in the lineup. But that's why you're seeing Jefferson go to this defense. Smallsville with the miss out of the corner, and a foul on Wright Ponder.
Jefferson is doing really well at the start of this game. In previous games we've done, you've seen Jefferson be kind of lazy. Not necessarily lazy, but they just haven't really played their hardest beginning, and that's let the opposing team get out in front of them. But now, you see they're playing really hard defense. They're not letting any ball get into the paint, and when they do, they usually haven't scored. So Jefferson has to keep up this defense and keep scoring points. Yeah, you're right. The last game we covered was the most recent Jaguar loss. They're on a 3-game winning streak, but they were down nearly 20 points to Chanhassen before mounting a comeback. Nice pass inside. Jones to Cobalt. Cobalt with an early 6-point first half. And 12-3 Jefferson. Monroe, nice feed. Ramon Walker missed the layup. He just had a nightmare game, Walker. He's their leading scorer average-wise, 12.8 points a game, but he barely could stay on the floor in the first matchup, ended up fouling out. Hoping to play a lot better tonight against the crosstown rivals. He's had a great year for Kennedy. 3rd on the team in total points, but top in average. 3 Eagles in double figures, including Smallsville and Martin, along with Walker. Free Tech lobs it to Ramon Walker. It's Monroe down the lane, floater, too strong. Rebound, Martin up, and the basket and the foul. So there's Christopher Martin, Calvin, doing what he does best, getting buckets inside. This is where Kennedy has to excel, right? They got all tall guys on the court, which means they have to capitalize whenever they get the ball in the paint, right? Because they have the height advantage, and they should be able to score points just like they did there, and also get fouls in and score more points. First free throw for Kennedy is perfect. The other thing that the height means is it also means that it'll be harder for Jefferson to shoot threes, and it'll force them to get into the paint. Near steal there from Martin. So far, Jefferson's been able to get good looks inside. Kennedy would love to force them to shoot from a little bit further out. Jones on the inside, tough catch for Holland. Backdoor cut, stolen by Ramon Walker. So Kennedy gets the turnover. Half-court trap look by Jefferson as it's knocked away from Dalton Smallsville. Coach trying to convince the ref his best that it's his team's ball. Jaguar bench there, Jeff Evans with assistant coaches Matt Vollum and Jimmy Williams over there on the Jaguar bench. Vollum, as a Kennedy coach, took the boys team to their most recent state tournament back in 2008, now on the Jefferson staff. Here's Ramon Walker getting going on the inside. Again, another basket in the paint. 5 straight points for Kennedy. Cutting into the Jaguar lead. Good defense from Free Tech on free tag, and it leads to a turnover. Open court, Smallsville. Tried to step around. Samir Jones, and it's a charge. What'd you think on that one, Calvin, on that replay? I think that Samir Jones sold it just a little bit. He didn't have his hands up, right? And he put his hands down like he was just blocking. He wasn't doing anything, and that allowed him to get the foul. Because if he had put his hands up, it could have been a more defensive foul, and it could have gone the other way.
Early timeout to Jefferson, leading 12-8. We mentioned Jefferson, just one game back in the Metro West. Won 14 conference championships all time. They're 10-4. They're tied with Benilde. One game back of Orono. And they get Orono next Tuesday. Now it's a road game for them, but with just 3 games left in the regular season after this, they're in control of their own destiny, Calvin. If they win out, they at least, at minimum, will share a Metro West title. I know that's something that is important to this team. Yeah,
I definitely think if Jefferson can keep this 3-game streak, they can turn into 4, and just keep that momentum, they can definitely win Metro West.
Their other games, besides this one tonight, are against St. Louis Park and New Prague. They easily defeated New Prague earlier this year. They had a close win over St. Louis Park. So a key one tonight for Jefferson to stay in that conference championship race, as you see Kennedy off the timeout going to his zone. Blake Mamalakis is checked in for the Jaguars, number 42, replacing Cobalt. On the drive, Holland inside, free tag. Lost the ball on his way up.
He wasn't ready to catch that ball. He thought Holland was going to go all the way up for it. Wasn't ready for the pass.
Jefferson back to a man-to-man here. Just under 12 minutes left first half. Kennedy on a 5-0 run after Jefferson led by 9 early. It's Smalzel, their best 3-point shooter, but he misses from the corner. They really need Smalzel to be effective from the outside in this game. Here's Freitag. He cans the 3. Timeout, Jamin Cook, the Kennedy head coach. I think he was lobbying for a foul there on Dalton Smalzel. He certainly got contacted with on his 3-point attempt, but Daniel Freitag, I know you got some great numbers on him, Calvin. He's such a tremendous, got a tremendous future in this game, only a sophomore, one of the best players in that class in the state of Minnesota.
Yeah, he's got all the point stats. He's got 426 total points, and that makes up for 39%, almost 40% of all Jefferson's points this season. And it basically seems to be how the offense is usually run, right? You know, you've got players like Samir Jones and Atkins. They're not necessarily high scorers, but they can get the ball around, and that's what they do. They get the ball around the court, and they get it to Freitag, or they get it to Holland, and they just go up and go to town. And they have only Hayden Holland and Daniel Freitag have more than 10 points per game.
Freitag likely to be the first high major D1 player since Cole Aldrich. He has already offers from Minnesota and Wisconsin, and there's sure to be more to come. He's only, as I said, 2 more years after this to play to make those decisions. Christopher Martin unable to hang on to it. Freitag open court. You see the moves and the pull-up and a foul, a tough one there on Ramon Walker. He looked in pretty good position, but it'll send Freitag to the line. And a lot of times, young players, the athleticism is there. Calvin, I think what's so impressive about Freitag is how well the fundamentals, the free throw shooting has been outstanding all year. Very good from the arc. These are things that normally come later for a guy with his athletic ability.
And also, when he drives, he really drives. When he goes in, he doesn't just fake it, he really means it. And so that gets him a lot of layups.
Second of 2 for Freitag. Misses it, but a back tap by Jones. Kennedy staying in that zone. Checking in, another, speaking of young talent, promising freshman Lamarius Starr, number 4 for the Eagles. You know, you've got a bright future when you're cracking the lineup as a freshman, and Starr, we've seen him throughout the year in the regular rotation for the Eagles on Samir Jones right now. And a travel on Mamalakis.
Yep, he knew it. See, what you'll notice right there, Jefferson didn't really get the ball anywhere. They just kind of kept it around the ring, and they didn't really throw it in because they didn't seem to have anybody in there. But what happens there is you just have to drive, right? You got to mix up the defense. You can't let the defense stand still and just be able to block. Oh, here we go.
Knocked away by Hayden Holland. Charging to the basket, and he's fouled. That's the 6th Kennedy foul already. There's been 10 fouls, or 11 now, called in this game. So Jefferson will be in the penalty. Kennedy's only 1 away from the penalty, so we could have a bunch of free throws here in the last half of this half.
Yeah, on the left side of your screen, you can see the Kennedy coach is not very happy with these calls tonight.
It's Jamin Cook, Michael Crowder, Nick Olson, their assistant coaches. Jesse Dolinar. Holland misses the first. Speaking of guys who played as a freshman, Holland did that for the Jaguars. Seems like a long time ago. A lot's happened in the world since Hayden Holland was a freshman at Jefferson. He misses them both. Unusual there for Holland. Jefferson with an 8-point lead as we near the midway point of this first half. Back into Martin. Feeling out the defense. Senses the double, gets rid of it to Monroe. Out to Smalzo. His three-pointer is short. And a good box out by both Freitag and Jones as Christopher Martin hit with the foul. And that'll put Jefferson in the 1-and-1 bonus with still 10 minutes left in this half.
Yeah, Martin's looking around like, what did I do wrong? But he was almost bent. He almost had Freitag bent over. So I don't think there's anything he can do about that one. That was a very obvious foul.
I mentioned it in the earlier broadcast. It's Freitag in and out. He's already missed 2 free throws, unusual for him. He had that 30-point night against Chan when we did that game a couple weeks ago, Calvin. I think he was 14 out of 16 from the free throw line in that game.
Yeah, he was very accurate. I totally thought he would miss a couple more shots, but all of them just seemed to sink in. But
getting back to my point, mentioned in the earlier broadcast, but these teams didn't get to play on the football field, and there are a bunch of football players on both sides. For Kennedy, of course, you've got Wright Ponder, Rajon Walker, as well as Marquez Monroe, Christopher Martin. Big-time presence on the football field. And, of course, for Jefferson, you've got Freitag, Mamalakis, Cobald. There's a block from Wright Ponder. And it's an over and back as Freitag did not establish those feet. He caught the ball while they were still in the air. Good call there. And a turnover on the Eagles.
You saw Freitag saw that immediately. He was yelling before it was even called.
So I guess my point is they didn't have a chance to settle on the football field, so they have to settle for bragging rights here on the hardwood. Jefferson with the earlier meeting in an offensive foul on Aiden Adkins. Watch the elbow right there on Marquez Monroe. And now the Eagles with the next foul, they will be in the bonus, just like Jefferson here the rest of the way.
We still have 9 minutes left of the first half.
Yeah. These teams are kind of playing a little bit of football out here with the amount of fouls we've seen already.
You're right. It seems like both teams are starting to get heated too. You can see on your screen that the Kennedy coach is not very happy, and you can see some of the some of the players' body languages is getting kind of aggravated.
This win would mean a lot to Kennedy if they could get it done tonight. It's the freshman star. Marquez inside, Lee Anthony Wright Ponder, beautiful spin, and a beautiful shot for Wright Ponder, his first basket. Was able to arc it over Gavin Luck, who's checked in, number 15. Samir Jones Not a good matchup there against Wright Ponder, but he finds Holland for the 3 in the corner.
And that'll pump the fans up here.
Lemarius Starr, his corner 3, no good. What a rebound from Monroe. You see his athleticism right there, Calvin. Elevates in an easy putback.
Yeah, that's what height does to your team.
5 in the game for Monroe. Jefferson by 7 with 8 minutes left here in the first half. Here's Lewick. We saw him in the JV game in the earlier Battle of Bloomington. The JV game canceled tonight, unfortunately, for both the boys and the girls. Girls game is going on over at Kennedy, by the way, if you want to check that out, BEC-TV.org. The simultaneous coverage of that one. Step back by Freitag is no good. The JV boys game will be made up tomorrow. The crowd is ready to explode on that step back. Offensive foul called on Wright Ponder on a moving screen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, tough one there.
Yeah.
No free throws as Kennedy was in possession of the ball when the foul was committed. Here's more height from the Jaguar bench. Their tallest player, senior Austin Masoki, is checked in, number 14.
Players starting to get a little bit more aggressive here as the game goes on.
That's the 3rd foul on Wright Ponder, so he exits immediately. Mamalakis launches from distance. Freitag swoops in for the rebound. On the inside, a little incidental contact. I think that the feet got tangled up there. It'll go out of bounds to Kennedy.
Uh-oh, looks like Freitag's limping a little bit. He seems to be okay, but that is a concern.
Yeah, he broke his collarbone back early on in the football season. It's amazing he's back doing what he's been doing this year with 25 points per game. He just picked up a foul there. These fouls really starting to pile up. 2 shots now for Kennedy. First on Freitag, and it's Marquez Monroe to the line.
Yeah, we still got 7 minutes left of the first half, but it feels like it's much later in the game.
It was great to see his visit. Saw it on Twitter to the University of Minnesota, an invited guest for PJ Fleck and company. Tremendous athlete, does almost everything for the football team. Played as a freshman on that football team, which is extremely hard to do. So much talent. Great person, too. Got Ivy League offers, so you know his classroom abilities are on par, Calvin.
Shoot, if it's an Ivy League college, it's not on par. They're a lot better than on
they're
par.
way better than par. You're right. But very bright future for Marquez, whatever he decides to do. Masoki had it poked away, but it finds Lewick. Here's Freitag, again guarded by Freitag, no relation, crossover move, double team comes, Holland in the corner, 3-pointer good! And we may have a foul. This will go on Jefferson, the basket will count. And if they could get Hayden Holland going from 3, Calvin, I know you saw that game winner he hit earlier in the season against Chaska, but that is such a key. If on plays exactly like that, Freitag draws the double team, they need guys to hit open shots when Freitag is being paid a lot of attention to, and guys like Holland critical in that regard.
Right, guys like Holland are a bit underrated according to the other team's eyes because they're more focused on Freitag. So when he gets the ball, he can actually score a lot of points. He's got 217 on the year. That's the second most on the team. He's doing really well. And he's calm and collected in clutch situations like you saw when he hit that game winner 3-pointer a couple months ago.
New player off the bench for Kennedy, Devon Lane, number 23, is checked in for the first time. So they did count the basket for Holland, so Jefferson by 8. The foul was underneath on Jefferson. And I think they're right. At the scores table, this should be a 1-and-1. This was not a ball control foul, Calvin. The shot had already been released at the time of the foul. So this should be free throws, I believe, for Kennedy, and they are going to be awarded. They're in the penalty. It is a 1-and-1. So good on the scorers table and officials to stop things here, as Kennedy deserves this free throw opportunity with that Jaguar foul.
Yeah, with all these fouls being called, you got to make sure that you get these calls right, you know? A lot of physical contact. The referee is doing a good job tonight making sure that they get those calls right and that this game doesn't go the wrong way.
So it'll be Martin to shoot the free throws. So he must have been the player who drew that foul.
The Jefferson students trying their best to distract him as he shoots.
Martin's hit both free throws. Important for Kennedy to get as many points as possible from the line, and Martin hits the pair on the 1-and-1 to make it a 6-point game. Open is Lulick. His three is no good, and the rebound off of Devon Lane. It'll stay with Jefferson. Jones coming back in to replace Masoki, who heads to the bench. Here's Freitag on the high post across to Holland, guarded by Lane. High-low, Mamalakis to Freitag for the easy layup.
That was a good move. Jefferson hasn't really been getting the ball in the paint these last couple of plays, so when they got in the paint this time, it was a surprise.
8 now for Freitag here in the first half. It's Kennedy with the weave action. Lane dribble drive, and he got a little contact. They're going to say a travel.
He kind of went up awkwardly, as you can see right there.
I think he just lost his balance.
Yeah, and the ball followed.
So a Kennedy turnover. Jefferson's led by as many as 9. They haven't trailed in this game. Trying to complete the season sweep of Kennedy and stay in touch with Orono at the top of the Metro West with a critical game between those two teams next week. Holland on the drive, reverse in, got the English and got the basket. What a first half from Holland. First guy into double figures.
Everyone thought he was gonna pass, and then nope, he just drove and he got that bucket right in there.
Almost already at his per game average, Hayden Holland. On his way to a big night perhaps. Beautiful drive from Marquez Monroe. He leads Kennedy with 7 first half points. That's already above his average. High-low again, this time Mamalakis. Tough pass. Bounces around to Freitag. Tried to get it inside. It was kicked by Smalzel. That was lucky for Jefferson. That was going to be a turnover. The only thing that prevented it was the foot of Smalzel. Otherwise, it's either a steal or it's going to head out of bounds. Good defense by Marquez Monroe. Trying for the steal, Holland, he comes up empty. Good recovery by the Jaguars. You know, they'd like to get it to Christopher Martin right now, being guarded by Samir Jones. Free tech into the paint. Good defensive possession for Jefferson. Freitag step back, and he got it. First points for Freitag
Jefferson has to be careful. They're very aggressive on defense, but what that allows Kennedy to do is get the ball in the paint a lot quicker than they want because their defense is too spread out. Jefferson has to make sure that doesn't happen again.
Inside Freitag, beautiful spin for Daniel Freitag.
Yeah, there was nothing that Free could do right there.
Yeah, tough matchup for Freitag. Tough matchup for anybody trying to guard Daniel Freitag one-on-one. Devon Lane launches, came up short. Martin missed the layup. Freitag open court. Mamalakis to the basket and a foul down low. It's on Martin. So Mamalakis will get the bonus. Second on Martin.
I don't think he would have, I think Mamalakis would have traveled there if that foul hadn't been called.
That's what I thought the call might be originally.
Because he started off his drive much too far away from the paint.
Mamalakis comes up empty and then not a good foul there from Daniel Freitag. That'll send Christopher Martin to the line for a one-on-one. Second foul on Freitag. So he needs to be careful.
You can be aggressive on offense and on defense, but you just got to make sure you're not too aggressive.
These aren't necessarily the deepest benches on both sides, and you've already both teams with 9 fouls. You've got Wright Ponder with 3 for Kennedy, Cobald with 2 for Jefferson, Freitag with 2, a couple others with 2. Meanwhile, it's Christopher Martin to the free throw line. 1-and-1. That one spins out. Anthony Thorman is checked in for Jefferson. Unable to stay on his feet, he's whistled for a travel.
Yeah, there was nothing he could really do there. He tried to get the rebound, and the travel just kind of came with that because he couldn't move his feet very much.
So Kennedy, a couple baskets here, kind of just hanging around in this one. Monroe couldn't stay on his feet, and a travel.
Yeah, you saw that left leg. It just fell out right under him. He was trying to drive, and his foot just didn't get the grip, and he fell over.
Biggest lead for Jefferson so far has been 9. They could increase that number with a basket here. Playing without Freitag, so we'll see how the Jaguar offense handles this possession. Holland baseline and a blocking call down low, and that is on Marquez Monroe. Double bonus time for the Jaguars. Second on Monroe.
Yeah, I think Thorman has to be key here because he's practically the tallest player on the Jaguars lineup. And like we were telling you before at the beginning of the game, Kennedy has a lot of really tall players. So I think if Thorman can go in there and he can get those layups, that would be really, really helpful for Jefferson.
Trying for a 10-point lead, Hayden Holland, and he gets it to go. 12-point first half for Holland. Smalls will dribble, handoff, nearly had it poked away by Holland. Monroe, corner 3, no good. Freitag comes up with the loose ball for the Eagles. Nice little cut to the basket. Christopher Martin can't get it to drop, but a Jaguar foul is, watch Freitag get in there, Calvin.
They sort of just double teamed him. They both tried to get the ball and they just kind of squished him in between like a sandwich, and so get the foul.
So Suhaib Freitag with a couple of offensive rebounds on that possession, and the senior has 2 shots as Kennedy has also joined Jefferson in the double bonus. Free Tech averaging 5.4 points per game. And he gets them both.
No, he stepped over the line.
Oh my goodness, they wipe it away.
Yeah, I think he stepped over the line before the ball went in, so that just doesn't count. On the first ball he threw, he almost stepped over.
Yeah,
before.
he was close on the first one.
Yeah.
I kind of took my eyes off of it as the second one went in. Be the judge here. And yeah, clearly. Good call. Meanwhile, it's Thorman on the inside.
That's what the doctor ordered. Thorman's got to get in there.
Just 5 points on the year. He can make it 7 with that layup, and he did. Double team on Marquez. Nice look to Smalzel. Martin wants to back down Thorman. He did, and drew the foul, and got the basket. There's the experience of the senior Christopher Martin going to work on the inside. And Thorman only a junior versus the senior Martin, and Martin winning that battle. Can't get the 3-point play. 7 points from Martin. The lead is 9. Adkins left the 3-point short.
Yeah, his shot was too straight. Not enough hook on that.
Final minute as we're about to hit halftime. Marquez Monroe kind of out of options in the lane. The girls game going on over at Kennedy has hit halftime with Jefferson way in front, 37-15 there. Plenty of time for Kennedy. Martin wants to back down Holland now, and a block. So Martin will go right back to the line. That was a tough one there. I think if you're Holland, it looked like Martin extended that arm a little bit.
Yeah,
I think a little bit of a flop. Maybe that's what the official
But I think there
sided with
was,
there.
There definitely was some contact to push him over there, but just not enough to really knock him over. But I mean, it gives Kennedy another chance to score. So, I mean, I think to get that lead down.
Martin gets the friendly roll there.
All right, free tags back in the game.
Yeah, they bring him back in for offense here. They don't want him to pick up the 3rd foul, but it's unlikely to here on this last offensive possession. Martin, no. Ramon Walker, yes. A big offensive rebound.
You saw Samir Jones right there yelling at his teammates. He's not happy with how they're playing right now.
Kennedy trailed by as many as 10. They've trailed all half. Only a 6-point game right now. Final possession of the half. They go to free tag. Tough jumper. It was great defense from Devon Lane. And Kennedy with a nice little run to close the half. They sneak up on Jefferson a little bit. As I mentioned, they've never led in this game. Jefferson got out to a 12-3 start, but Kennedy hitting some key free throws for them, getting some offensive rebounds and some putbacks, and they're right in this game.
Yeah, I think, the Jaguars, they did really well at the beginning. They had the tough defense. They got on the offense. They started scoring points, but now they've sort of slowed down. But the good thing is the Jaguars have a really, really good offense in the second half, and also what they have to do once they get in there is they really have to start driving. They have to start messing up the defense. And then Kennedy just has to keep doing what they're doing, and then both teams have good chances of winning here.
Good one here. Jefferson trying to keep their conference title hopes alive. Kennedy would love to ruin that potential party with the win tonight. Second half coming up next here on BEC-TV. back for the second half here at Jefferson High School. Alongside our crew and alongside Calvin Amundsen-Geisel, Josh Powers with you. Jefferson, a lot to play for them. They're currently third in their section. They're closing in on Park of Cottage Grove for the number 2 seed. More importantly for them, they'd love their 15th conference championship all time. If they win out, Calvin, they'll be assured at least a share of that. But they need to get past Kennedy tonight, only a 6-point game at the half.
And I got a couple of stats here that are going to definitely be very helpful for Jefferson tonight. Kennedy, their defense is pretty solid in the first half generally, but it turns out actually 60% of the points that they let in come in the second half. So that means the defense for Kennedy is probably going to be a bit worse in the second half. And even better is that Jefferson, they have scored over 200 more points in the second half than they have in the first. So if you're going to expect anything, expect a huge offensive output from the Jaguars.
Well, we'll see if that comes to fruition. A big student section here at home. Would love to see that here for the Jaguars. Kennedy's had some big wins in this series, in this building in recent years, some close ones too. Who knows, maybe we'll have another classic Battle of Bloomington finish here in about 45 minutes or so. We'll find out as we're underway in the second half. And an early Kennedy turnover as Marquez Monroe not quite on the same page with Christopher Martin.
Yep, that wasn't necessarily an error. They just didn't have the communication down, and just slight gaff, and they can come back from that. It's no big deal.
Foul trouble will certainly be something to watch for in the second half. A lot of players need to be very careful, including Leanthony Wright Ponder for Kennedy on the floor, only guy with 3 so far. Into Martin, guarding Cobald. Samir Jones back cut. Holland waits. Good defense from Smallsville. And Free Tech is able to pick up the foul on the rebound. Good show right there from Dalton Smallsville. They really need his offense here in this second half. Calvin, he's one of their guys that's in double-figure scoring, and he's without a point so far tonight.
Yeah, some of the players you think would be have key offensive numbers tonight just really haven't turned it on tonight. And it's only a 6-point game, so he can definitely come back and make this game different. Especially
from the arc. It'd be big for Kennedy if Smallsville could hit a couple of threes. Free Tech was just trapped in a corner over there. Had it poked away. Free tag, a little floater, in and out. It's back tap to Christopher Martin. Good decision there to slow that one up. You can tell transition ball handling isn't his biggest strength. Here is Smallsville on cue, trying for his first points, but it's no good. Free tag the rebound. You see the speed. Inside, beautiful feed, but Cobald misses it.
All right, both teams seem to play sloppy offense right here.
Yeah, Kennedy, I think they would love to get some easy transition baskets. Things have been harder to come by in the half-court offense, and who knows, we may see some Jaguar trap and press like we saw early. I think they backed off of that, Calvin, with all the fouls that were accumulating. We may see that throughout this second half.
And, you know, these teams just got to get their machines working again. You see both teams are not doing so great offense right now. Not a point has been scored yet. And we're already 2 minutes in. And I take that back.
There are points now thanks to Dalton Smallsville. You can tell Kennedy really wanting to get him going in the second half. He's gotten the ball in the last 2 plays. All of a sudden, just a 4-point game. Cobalt, little shake, and he misses it. 2 close misses for Smallsville, or for Cobalt, I should say.
Yeah, Cobalt's missed 2 or 3 shots already.
Right Ponder with the height mismatch on Jones. They're just not in a position that far away from the basket to do anything with it. Smallsville tracked it down, trying to force his way in, drew the foul. I don't think they'll count the basket. See a foul on that reach in there. NBA, they might have been good.
Yeah.
Don't see that level of continuation at the high school level. We talked about fouls That's 3 now on Aiden Atkins and 3 already on the Jaguars here in the opening couple of minutes in the second half. Free tech on the inside. Martin can't complete the play. Gavin Lewick has checked in with some more of the Jaguars in foul difficulty. Aiden Atkins with the over and back.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate.
Defense there provided by the senior Smallsel.
Yeah, Smallsel just kept seeming to push him back, and he just didn't really seem to know what to do with the ball, and so he went back over to the other side of the court.
Jefferson's been stuck on 32 for a while. In fact, it's a 8-0 Kennedy run dating back to the first half. Looking high-low to Martin. And they'll draw another foul, and that's 3 on Cobald. I like that play, taking advantage. You get one big out high. Jefferson up against it now with Cobald with 3. He's their inside presence. Timeout Kennedy.
Yeah, I think
Things starting to get interesting here, Calvin. Jefferson led by as many as 12 in the first half, but it's just a 4-point game right now.
Yeah, I think this is very awkward. I think either of these teams could have called a timeout, and it would have been for good reason. Both offenses just haven't been turned on. We're like 3 minutes in, and only 2 points have been scored.
Right.
You know, because they came out of the first half. You know, Kennedy had a little run they were going, and both teams' offenses seemed pretty hot, and it seemed like it's like both teams just jumped in a pool and they lost all their heat. But I also think if Jefferson can stop rushing, right? You saw Freetag go up and just miss it. Cobalt missed a couple. If they can just, you know, take their time, you know, not try too hard to make up some of those points, and just put the ball up, they should be able to score some points and get themselves a bigger lead than they had.
Glad you're with us here at Jefferson High School for the Battle of Bloomington. Always great when these two schools get together and cover it for you on BEC-TV. Alongside our crew and Calvin Amundsen Geisel, Josh Powers with you. Kennedy has been on the comeback trail all night, and they're not too far behind right now, as you can see. Inside right, Ponder, easy finish.
That was absolutely the right pass to make. You saw that he got that little bounce pass in there, and he just pulled it up and put it in the basket.
Not much Cobalt could do with 3 fouls. Kennedy within a bucket. Stolen by Martin. Kennedy with a 3, they'd be in front. Free tech, was that tipped? It was. I think the outside official here is going to make this call. Hard to tell, but that pass was at least 2 or 3 feet off. It would be a egregious error for Free Tech to miss it by that much, so probably tipped.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of contact. We were sitting right close to that play. I heard a little bit of arm on arm, I think. Slapping sound. Let's see if they can capitalize on it.
Good catch from Marquez using that leaping ability. Inside right, Ponder. Mismatch against Jones, can't get it. Weak side rebound, Christopher Martin. We are tied. Kennedy on a 12-0 run. Holland baseline, trying to find Free Tag. Double teamed, and a travel.
Yeah, he went out, tried to go back in again, and that's where he got the travel.
Timeout Jefferson. Look at the Kennedy Eagles. They were down a dozen, not anymore. And they have started to dominate inside, Calvin, with the foul difficulties of Cobalt with 3 already. Jefferson not that tall to begin with, as we've talked about throughout the course of the night. And Kennedy with Wright, Ponder, and Martin, 2 big guys who have been doing some damage here in the second half.
Yeah, so what I said at the beginning, before the half started about the defense being bad, throw that all away because that's not what happened tonight. This is going the opposite way. Kennedy just got their defense, and it's just because they're tall. They're big, and so it's hard for the Jaguars players to really get in there and get up, because when they get up, it's not too hard to defend. So what I think Jefferson has to do is they have to start driving more. They've kind of stayed around the 3-point line, but I think if they drive in, they start messing up the defense a little bit, then they can start scoring points, and they can untie this game and take that lead that they had before.
Both teams with 3 timeouts left. $14 minutes remaining in this one. We're shaping up for a fun finish. Jefferson won the earlier matchup by 4, but Kennedy had some late baskets. It was a much bigger lead for Jefferson late. Right now, Kennedy trying for its first lead of the game. Jaguars going to a zone, try to mitigate that inside presence. And they force a turnover. Tough pass to Lewick on a couple of bounces. Hit the official as it stays in play. Dalton Smalzo for the lead. Just short, but there's Martin again. He'll go up and in. And Kennedy in front for the first time in the game.
Oh boy. Yeah, that was just an unlucky play. Hit the official, and then Kennedy just took it.
14 in a row now for the Eagles. Free tag, tough shot, spun out. Foul on Marquez Monroe.
Free tag is not having it right now. He's missed a couple of shots. It's just not been going well for him right now. It looked like the ball was about to go in, and then it just went out, and you could see him pounding the ball into his fist. Not very happy with himself right now. Hopefully he can make up the points he missed with these shots right here.
You saw a one-on-one battle there. It would be great maybe if they could meet in section play again. Daniel Freitag going up on a 50-50 ball against Marquez Monroe in the end zone. That would be fun.
That would be something to see, wouldn't it?
Freitag now with 11. Make it 12. Jefferson 5 of 10 from the line in the first half. Kennedy 5 of 9, so very similar. Tied at 34. They want the high post to Martin. Instead, it's Smalzo from the wing, way off. Those struggles continue tonight.
This game is getting loud. After that air ball, you could hear the entirety of the student section just yelling at the Kennedy team.
Little full court look here, at least from Freitag, nearly stolen by Martin. That would have been a dunk if he would have been able to pick it up. Instead of Jefferson missing a right ponder rebound. One and done again, and that's off of Freitag. Watch it on the replay. It was the right call.
That was the good call by the official. From far away, it would have looked like Cobalt hit that.
He did touch it,
but it hit Freitag last, and that was a good call by the officials.
So the Jaguars get it back. Good hustle there from Cobalt to keep that alive. Freitag crossover. Thought about the step back. Didn't pull the trigger that time. High post Cobalt. Stripped by Freitag. Inside Martin, they somehow got the pass in there. Tied up though, Cobalt. It'll go back to Jefferson, more importantly, with Cobalt reaching in. Remember, he's playing with 3 fouls.
Yeah, Cobalt put his fingers up, just hoping that was a jump ball. He did not want to get another foul.
Sometimes you put that hand in the cookie jar and you don't get caught, Kelvin. Not saying that was a foul, but with arms swinging around everywhere, it's a dicey proposition. Jefferson still without a field goal in this half. Both points have come from the free throw line. We're over 6 minutes in. Backdoor knocked away by Freetech. He has played some good defense in this game. Here's Lemarius Stars checked in. It's Smallsville from the wing, and that one way off again.
Smallsville hasn't been hitting those threes he's been trying to get all night.
Yeah, I think he needs to drive inside. Free tag. Speaking of driving inside, can't complete the layup, and he was fouled. Thought that might have been a dunk when he went up for it.
Yeah.
Wright Ponder may have just picked up his fourth. We'll find out.
Yeah, but I think part of the reason he didn't hit that shot is that layup is not necessarily because he was fouled. I mean, he was fouled, but also that his momentum wasn't going totally towards the basket, and so you saw his body kind of lean backward, and so that's probably what caused him to miss that shot.
It was the fourth foul on Leanthony Wright Ponder.
We just hope he capitalizes on this.
And you see he comes out, Ramon Walker back in. Wright Ponder not necessarily has led them offensively, but he has provided a big body inside presence around the basket, making things tough for the Jaguars. We'll see how long he is on the bench. Jefferson back in front by a point with 11 minutes remaining. It was a 12-point Jaguar lead at one time back in the first half. Martin on the post at the elbow. Kicks it out. There's the good look from Smallsville. Back of the rim, but it's to Martin. Cobald with the 3 fouls. Can't challenge. Another basket for Christopher Martin. Up to 14 points. Kennedy back in front. Step back, free tag!
Bang! Let's go! That's what the fans have been waiting to see all night tonight, and they finally get what they wanted.
Meanwhile, Martin almost got the 3-point play and an intentional foul called. And you could see why Mamalakis just attacked Christopher Martin.
Yeah, but he got hurt on that play too. I think he got elbowed in the stomach, and then his elbow hit the floor hard, and you see him, he's holding onto that elbow.
Both players shaking up. Maybe we can get another look at that. Here's hopefully get another look at that from our director, Paul Fournier, in the booth.
Yeah, we were too busy watching. We were watching free tag. We didn't really see that play. We got to watch that again.
I was following the ball there. Saw the intentional foul late. Martin's still on the ground. This would be a huge loss, obviously, for Kennedy.
Yeah, because if you've noticed, this Martin, he's so tall that when he goes up for a layup, they can't do anything, right? He's been powering their offense so far in the second half.
Here's another look. Watch Mamalakis come right over the top and grabbing Martin there. And that arm movement down precipitated that intentional foul.
Yeah, I think Mamalakis was just trying his best to do whatever he could to stop that ball from going up, because he knows that once he does, it's usually gonna be a point. You can see Martin limping to the sidelines here.
Boy.
Hopefully he's okay.
You hate to see that. Martin is. We talked about Marquez Monroe. He is also a terrific kid. And he has obviously been huge for Kennedy in this game tonight, specifically with 14 points. He's led them. He has been dominant on the inside. And with Wright Ponder out with 4 fouls, not a promising development right there. We'll see if Free Tech can take advantage on the free throws, making sure those feet stay behind the line that time.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Free Tech rolls that one in. And gets them both.
And that gives them the lead.
But now where does Kennedy look to? You've had Smallsville. He's had a cold shooting night, and you've got both Wright Ponder and Martin on the bench.
Yeah. Jefferson's got to capitalize on this shift in the game.
Kennedy gets the ball back because of the intentional foul. Smallsville weak side. Meanwhile, Jefferson 5 fouls as a team, so only 1 more to give. Marquez Monroe loses it out of bounds. Good defense from Free Tag.
You see Freetag just staring him down right there. I don't know. From my point of view, I thought Freetag took the ball last, but I mean, whatever goes in these games.
Under 10 minutes. Kennedy by a point. Freetag has all 5 points in this half for the Jaguars. A foul on Lemarius Starr. Team foul number 3 for Kennedy.
You can see Hayden Holland, well, maybe the viewers can't see, but Hayden Holland's doing some jumping jacks, warming himself back up to get coming into this game soon.
Yeah, I wonder if he's shaken up. We haven't seen him at all in the second half. Remember, he had 12 in the first half to lead Jefferson. So much like Kennedy, Jefferson without a key guy.
Freetag trying to reinitiate his offense.
High post Cobald. On the back cut, Freetag, baseline. Got it to Cobald, three-pointer, bang! To Sean Cobald.
Oh, wow. Nobody thought he would do it, and then he did. And he gets
Cobald
fouled.
blocking foul.
What?
That is his 4th. A huge call. And he might have to go to the bench.
Okay, I know I'm supposed to be impartial here as a broadcaster, but there's no way. He stood there. No way it's not a blocking foul.
And with that 4th foul, he goes to the bench. Thorman checks in. Huge call. Meanwhile, Kennedy in the bonus the rest of the game with the next foul. Free throws could be big for the Eagles in this one. It's Freetag on Atkins, and there's the foul. 1-and-1 time for Kennedy. Another look at that tough call. You be the judge at home. Little shuffle of the feet there right at the end, maybe.
He stood there ready to block it. He didn't move forward at all. Maybe those 2 steps did constitute it, but
those block charges are so difficult.
I know, and it's pressure on the referees too. I mean, you can't get mad at them all the time because they're trying their best to make their best calls. So
1-and-1. These are huge, all of them for Kennedy. Freetag the miss. Ramon Walker rebound. It's spun out. Jones surrounded by Eagles. Got it to Freetag. Poked at by Freetag. Down the lane, lost it. Marquez, open court and the layup.
That was so unfortunate. Freetag just seemed to lost the ball. I thought it looked like he wanted a foul, but then Kennedy just picked it up and got that point.
Tied at 40. Freetag swishes the 3.
It feels like Freetag is turning on. It's like he has a switch in his brain. Turn on clutch mode. Yeah, now he's playing clutch now.
He's got 18. Freetag to match. Line drive 3 was a little flat. And a foul down low on.
What?
It was on number 5, but that doesn't mean anything because Ramon Walker and Freetag were battling. They both wear number 5. It appears to be on Walker.
Oh, good.
So it'll be Jefferson ball. Meanwhile, Hayden Holland checking in for the first time in the half at the 8-minute mark.
He is coming in. All right, Freetag
Christopher
and Holland.
Martin also checking back in. Great to see that for Kennedy.
Yeah, he's going to be huge for their offense. At the same time, Jefferson has their 2 highest offensive players. Oh, actually, top 3 offensive players in right now.
Samir Jones hit with a moving screen. No free throws as Jefferson had possession.
I think the players are feeling like the referees are just dishing out fouls now. You see Samir Jones not very happy with that, but I think he got some confirmation from the referee.
It's been tight all game, so you need to adjust.
Yeah. You got to be able to roll with those punches, and that's what's going to allow you to win the game overall, is if you can overcome that adversary.
High post Martin. Free Tech just missed one, so a little, probably not going to trigger unless wide open. Holland with the steal, ahead to Free Tag, and fouled by Martin. And Martin takes another tumble right into our camera.
Yeah, hopefully Keogh is okay over there. He appears to be fine. And you can hear all the fans cheering or yelling. This game's got them pumped up.
Yeah, the intensity is ratcheted up. That's the third foul on Martin. Jefferson fans wanting the intentional foul that was called on them a couple minutes ago, but looked like a good call, not nearly the intent with the arms to just grab the player as we saw with Mamalakis on that intentional foul. Free Tag up to 19 points. He scored all but 3 points for the Jaguars in the second half. And Kennedy takes a timeout. This is that point in the game, Calvin. Jefferson bumping up that lead a little bit after Kennedy had kind of been seesawing back and forth. It's the point in the game. Jamin Cook, he wants his team obviously to be within a couple possessions at max. This is a key time for them. They don't want that lead to bubble up any further.
Yeah, that's the reason that Cook called, or two main reasons that Cook called that timeout. First of all, he wants to try and disrupt Free Tag, right? Free Tag he's got two three-pointers, one three-pointer in this half, and he just scored that point. So he's trying to disrupt Free Tag's timing, but he's also trying to reignite his offense, because they started off really well, but now here they are down 4 points, and coach is not willing to take any more risks. He's got to get his offense back. He does not want to get down by any more. So he looks like he's drawn up some new plans.
Kennedy still with 2 timeouts left, so Jefferson with 3, so plenty of timeouts available here in the final 7+ minutes. Just a couple weeks left in the regular season, including this one. Jefferson still in the race for a Metro West title, but they can really ill afford to lose this game, Calvin. That would probably fall 2 back for Morneau. Would be a damaging loss for the Jaguars in that regard.
Yeah, I think it would also be it would hurt their pride because, as you know, Kennedy's not doing so well. They're only 5-15 this season, so it would also hurt, inside. So it wouldn't just hurt their record.
So Free Tag, second of 2. Kennedy would love to be the ones to deal the Jaguars a crushing blow to those title hopes, no doubt. 20 now for Free Tag. Five-point Jefferson advantage. Into Ramon Walker, up and in, a power move on Mamalakis. First points of the game for Ramon Walker. Maybe he's the guy that can make some plays here down the stretch for the Eagles.
Shoot, any of these players can. In the game against Chaska, Holland didn't have any points in the second half, then he made that three-pointer.
Free Tag, baseline, easy lay-in.
You saw him after he made that point, look at the officials like, I didn't foul anybody.
22 now for Daniel. Free Tag knocked away, Hayden Holland. And a goaltend on Monroe. How high did Marquez Monroe get just to get a piece of that off the glass?
That's almost 11 feet right there. That ball is way up.
Man, it's not like Marquez Monroe is 6'6" either. Amazing leaping ability, but he couldn't make up for that pass that was stolen. First basket of the second half for Holland now with 14 points. Kennedy, no three-pointers in this half, just one for the game. Into Walker, can't get it. Martin has it. He had it knocked away, and then Walker's fouled. So more Kennedy dominance on the offensive boards, as it'll be Ramon Walker shooting 2, and Kennedy will be shooting 2 the rest of the way.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't think Walker would have made that third shot even if he hadn't been fouled. So let's hope that Jefferson can their lead, no matter how many points that Kennedy scores.
Walker can't get the second. Rebound bouncing around, but picked up by Freitag. Put an elbow into Ramon Walker. Who is this foul going to be called on? It appears on Ramon Walker.
You see Coach Cook not happy at all, just questioning, like, how?
It looked like Freitag took a little bit of a chicken wing elbow into Walker. Team foul number 6 for Kennedy.
Yeah, you can see Coach asking the referee, like, what was that call?
You see that motion with the right arm, that chicken wing motion. Jefferson with it and a 6-point advantage. Holland backdoor, Freitag, what a finish!
Oh, that was great. Yeah, Freitag went out and moved back in, and his defender just could not keep up with him. He got that pass right there.
Kennedy has had the lead on a couple of occasions this half, but all of a sudden Jefferson up 8. The zone trying to take away the inside game. Let's see if Smallsville can get going. He did with a 3-pointer. His first 3 of the night.
Yeah, I think he had 2 or 3 other 3-point shots that he didn't make, but he finally got one in. That could be monumental for this team.
Big basket for Kennedy. Now can they stop Freitag? It's Holland down the lane, and a little too much contact from Freitag. 2-shot foul. So a good drive there from Hayden Holland, staying under control and getting to the free throw line.
Yeah, Holland's a smart player. He's got a couple of steals tonight. You know, he's noticed that the ball is going to be in his path. You know, when the ball is, he takes advantage of it. You know, he gets the ball, when he sees an open lane, he drives, and he gets those fouls. He's doing really well tonight.
15 points now for Holland. Lee Anthony Wright Ponder back in with just under 5 minutes left. Remember, playing with 4 fouls. Cobalt also with 4 fouls, still on the Jaguar bench. We'll see if he checks in soon. Martin swings it to a wide open Marquez Monroe. No good, but he's bumped by Freitag.
Let's see this replay here.
Looking like a 3-shot foul.
I can't see it much, but oh, you can see him holding his wrist.
Yeah, Monroe holding that right wrist.
Yeah, hopefully he's okay.
3 shots here for Marquez. Chance to cut this lead in half. Can't get the first 11 points tonight for Monroe. One of his better scoring games of the season. You see that closeout by Freitag. A little bit easier of a call if it happens right in front of Jamin Cook. He's right there to protest. Meanwhile, Monroe has missed the first 2.
I think the pressure's getting to him a little bit. He seems pretty calm, but that wrist and also all the energy coming from these fans.
He's just not a guy who shot a lot of free throws this year, Calvin.
That's true.
He gets that one. 1 out of 3. 5-point Jefferson lead. Jefferson's record in close games under Coach Evans is a high number because of the way they can control the ball down the stretch. We'll see how patient they are now. This is where they just love to squeeze the life out of these games with no shot clock. Down the lane, Holland, and it was off his thigh and out of bounds.
Yeah, he knew it too. He knew that wasn't the foul. He knew it bounced off his own thigh. I think he was just trying too hard right there and trying to get the foul and trying to score at the same time. He just tried too hard. He lost control of the ball.
So Kennedy gets what they wanted on that trip, a turnover without too much time coming off the clock.
And the free tag's out of the game, so let's see if Kennedy can capitalize.
Smallsville will launch again, and he hits again! Dalton Smallsville coming alive at the right time. 2-point game. He's got all 8 of his points in the second half. Timeout Jefferson. We talked about him all game, Calvin. They need Smallsville, especially with Jefferson now going to the zone, and he's had back-to-back threes from basically the same spot on the court.
Not only that, Smallsville also brings the energy. You know, you see him, he's always really pumped up. He's ready to get these guys going. And it's always not just points, it's always the the game, you know? So that's exactly why the timeout was called right there, because Coach has to get his players back into it. For Kennedy, it's just keep doing what you're doing, right? Play good defense, score some more points. We're the tall guys, right? So we can just keep scoring layups. For Jefferson, it's, guys, you got to start scoring, basically, right? We're going to try a couple of new strategies, maybe a couple of new ideas, but we got to start scoring because we do have the lead, but it's only 2 points, and we want to try and get as optimal of a lead as possible. And we got 3 minutes left, so there's still time for one team to come out on top.
Yeah, Jefferson had stretched the lead back out to 8, and Kennedy with those couple of threes from Smallsville right back down to a 2-point game. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Kennedy has the arrow, as you see in the background of the scorers table. Good crowd here at Jefferson High School, considering all the snow we had earlier today. Been treated to another entertaining Battle of Bloomington with perhaps a great finish in store, who knows. Cobalt back in with the 4 fouls. It's Holland down the lane, easy lay-in for Hayden Holland. A great play drawn up there from Jeff Evans. 2-possession game with 3 minutes to play. Was that deflected? It was. Kennedy will keep it.
Did it hit the referee?
He did a good job of getting out of the way of that.
Yeah, Matrix style dodge right there. See Coach Cook screaming at his players, trying to get them to do what he wants them to do.
Jefferson in that zone. Smallsville 3 in a row. He hits again, this time from the corner.
So that's what Coach wanted him to do. Okay. Get the ball to Smallsville.
Might force Jefferson to come out of that defense. Kennedy within a point. 2.5 minutes to go here in the Battle of Bloomington. Holland on the dribble weave and a timeout called. Maybe Jeff Evans would like to have that timeout back. It looked like a good lane for Holland, but he decided to call it before that last dribble handoff.
It was good timing.
So Jefferson now 1 timeout left after this. Kennedy with the couple. They also have the arrow. But the Eagle offense has come alive here late. Much needed from Smallsville, up to 11 points. Meanwhile, Jefferson's led by Daniel Freitag with 24 points. Another monster night for the sophomore. Again, as we talked about all game, so much on the line for Jefferson, a conference championship possibility that would severely be diminished with a loss tonight. Kennedy would love to do them that favor. Jefferson also trying to climb up in section play. They could probably get as high as number 2 maybe if they win out. We'll see how it all shakes out, but this would certainly be a damaging loss. As not only you mentioned, Calvin, it hurts anytime a Kennedy or Jefferson team loses to the other, but that much more damaging with what's at stake for the Jaguars.
Yeah, this is Sun Battle Bloomington. We got 1 point game, 2.5 minutes left. Yeah, this is gonna be something. It's worth the price of admission today, folks.
Adkins able to get it into Holland. See if they go to free tag, maybe on an isolation. It's not usually what the Jaguars do offensively. Baseline free tag, good defense from Marquez. Able to cut him off. Jefferson has the benefit. They don't necessarily have to trigger a shot. They could just keep moving it around with no shot clock yet in Minnesota. Holland the drive, got the contact. That was going to be a tough one to complete because he tried it with the right hand on that left-handed drive. Smalls bails him out with the foul.
He's got to capitalize here. If he can get, even if he just gets one in, that makes it so that if Kennedy scores again, then it's just a tie game. They're not ahead.
This is a 2-shot foul. Holland 3 out of 6 from the line. Make it 4 out of 7. Nervous Jaguar fans. They led by a dozen back in the first half. Kennedy came storming back. Lead kind of been ping-ponging back and forth. Jefferson now up by 3 with under 2 minutes left. Jaguars stay in that zone. You got to keep your eye on Smallsel. He's hit 3 consecutive threes for Kennedy. Huge possession for the Eagles now with under 90 seconds left. Knocked away by free tag. Nearly came up with the steal.
Free tag thought he had something there. You knew it. He had that front first step, but he just couldn't seem to get it. But it would have been great if he had gotten that. But
love this
called.
Yeah, love this timeout from Jamin Cook. This is almost a must possession for Kennedy at this point in the game. He knows it. You have 2 timeouts left, so no better time to use it than right now. And you saw from that first part of that possession, things. You find an easy shot, obviously. The ball was tipped out of play, so I think a good timeout here from Coach Cook to see what he can draw up. Hope you've been entertained by this one. Another Battle of Bloomington coming down to the final seconds here on BEC-TV alongside our crew and Calvin Amundsen-Geisel. This is Josh Powers with you.
It doesn't get any better than this,
Nope.
does it?
The girls for the Jaguars winning, by the way, over at Kennedy High School. So Jefferson trying to go 4 for 4 in basketball this year. Remember, the boys won the earlier game at Kennedy. This one's far from over, though, with Kennedy having possession of the ball and just over a minute to play.
Well, these Jaguar fans are pumped up to see them all standing in anticipation. They can't wait to see what the outcome of this game is.
Yeah, Coach Cook getting on the hands and knees to drop that play. We'll see if Jefferson changes its defense, too. That's the other thing, that cat and mouse game. We'll find out. They had been in a zone. Wouldn't be surprised at all to see them switch to a man-to-man.
Yeah,
They will stay in the zone.
Smalls still in the game. They're going to try and get him to score as many points as possible.
I'd look for the 2 if I can for Kennedy. Knocked away by Holland. Picked up by free tag. He goes up. And no call, and the rebound to Free Tech. And he gets fouled. A missed opportunity for the Jaguars. And Kennedy will have a double bonus on the other end.
And Free Tech arguing his case. Everyone thought that was a foul, but referees didn't call it.
Looked like he wanted to go up for the dunk. Marquez Monroe was defending. Then Holland had a chance on the rebound and missed it. And huge free throws now for Free Tech. What a turnaround there. You go from a potential layup and a 5-point Jaguar lead. Now Kennedy with the free throws can cut it to 1.
Yeah. With the fouls tonight, I think both sides fans are thinking that the referees haven't watched this game as meticulously as they liked.
Well, and meanwhile, the news getting worse for Jefferson. That's foul number 5 on Hayden Holland.
Oh boy.
What a huge play that could potentially be in this game. Free Tech 3 out of 5 from the line. It's a 2-shot foul, so he misses, but he'll get another. Missed opportunity there from Free Tech.
This looks like there's some miscommunication or something.
Yeah, not sure what the discussion is.
Yeah, well, it's holding the play of the
Jefferson's been on 10 fouls for the last couple of fouls. Kennedy clearly in the double bonus. Gavin Lewick, by the way, checked in for Holland off the Jaguar bench. Free Tech gets the second. So it's a 2-point game with just under a minute left. Full court look from Kennedy. Don't need to foul just yet. It's kicked by Smalls, allowed to play. There's a lot of options here for Kennedy. Try to force a 10-second violation or a turnover. You don't need to get too grabby yet for the Eagles. There's still obviously tons of time left too.
You can see the players, their body language is just very aggressive. They're getting really excited. You can see Free Tag trying his best to get his players to do what he wants, but
only one timeout left for both teams. Free Tag had a chance to maybe get around the defense. He got grabbed though, not the person you want to foul by any means.
yeah.
If you're Kennedy, you want to foul anybody
right,
but
anybody
Free Tag.
who tries Free Tag. But, well, these 2 shots right here could make it or break it for the game.
5 out of 6 from the line this half. It is a 1-and-1 though, so that's important for Kennedy if there is a miss to box out. Free throw is good from Free Tag, now with 25. Right at his average. It takes a lot to get there, but he's done it again. 10 in the first half, 15 in the second. Rolls them both in, so
That's
it's
a
bumped
4-point
back
lead.
up to a 4-point lead. Kennedy needs to move quickly.
They can't keep standing out here at the 3-point line. They got to go in and drive. They got to go in.
They wanted Smallsville for a 3. This is a tough fadeaway. No. Right ponder the board. It was going to be a layup, but he got fouled underneath. I think Kennedy would rather that foul not be called. It was going to be a layup for right ponder. Now he has to earn them both at the line. However, Daniel Free Tag just fouled out. So now if you're Kennedy, you could get this game to overtime somehow, Calvin. Jefferson's without Free Tag. They're without Holland.
All the top scorers are out. Oh, boy.
Kennedy would have a huge advantage if they could somehow get it to the extra session.
This is something, ain't it? You got 30 seconds left. Eagles down by 4.
Right ponder, no. That's 2 big misses here in the last minute for Kennedy at the line.
Both sets of coaches are yelling at the referees.
Second one good for Wright Ponder. Walker comes in for him for defense here on this full court. Half a minute to play. They get it into Aiden Adkins. Kicked by Walker. Now if you're Kennedy with just 27.4, you can't wait too long to commit the foul. Maybe try for a steal on the first or second pass. Kennedy really selling out, but Christopher Martin just bumped into Aiden Adkins.
Looks like Atkins is holding his eye. I don't think he got hit that hard, but it still definitely gets hurt when someone like Martin hits you, you know? He seems to be okay, but he's blinking a little bit. I think he'll be fine for, 25 seconds of win?
This is a two-shot foul.
Let's see, here's the replay.
See, Martin's sneaking up, and I just didn't expect Atkins to turn that way.
Atkins didn't see him at all. He turned and ran right into him. You see Kennedy, they've got Smalls over at the other end of the court in case they get the rebound. They can throw it all the way back over.
Miss! And it's a two-shot foul. Got a little bit excited. Adkins has not scored yet tonight, which is unusual.
Well, see, the thing about tonight's game is that all the offense went through Holland and free tag. So nobody else, I don't think Samir Jones has scored a point yet either, has he?
He has two.
He has two?
That's why this is so important for Jefferson to win this in regulation. They're without those two players in overtime. That one way off, and a lane violation on Mamalakis anyway. So Kennedy gets the two misses, and they can tie with the three here late.
I think Atkins, he just threw it too hard. It's just he was trying. He didn't want to airball it, so he threw it too hard instead, and so it bounced off the outer rim.
That looked awkward. Meanwhile, Kennedy needs someone to. Oh, we got free tech down there. So here we go.
Tie with a three.
We'll see if they can get it to Smallsville. Here he comes off the screen. Couldn't get the shot off. Free tech. Trying to dribble out of it. Final 10 seconds. And now a timeout. And now Kennedy almost forced to go for the tie. You could have gone for a quick two there. It was good defense from Jefferson. They wanted Smallsville on that catch, but it was a good closeout. Smallsville, no way he could keep that shot off. And Jamin Cook, you got to like that timeout. It was getting a bit hectic down there. And still with enough time, that inbounds pass, they could set up a good play for this last second attempt to tie this one.
Yeah, this is going nuts. The fans are into it. Most of the fans are standing up. All of them on the Jefferson side are standing up. But everyone is riveted to this game.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more if you're Kennedy. They were down 12 in the first half. I think if you offered Jamin Cook when they were down 12, hey, you've got a final chance to tie here at the end of the game, I think they would have taken it at that point. It's been a good fight by the Eagles, and they have a last chance to equalize. And if this goes to overtime, they would figure to have a huge advantage with Holland and Freetag both fouled out of this game.
Yeah, those two foul outs that changed everything. Now, but so the thing is, it wasn't immediate, right? Because they had to capitalize on it first, but they haven't quite done that, and you're still down 3 points. So they're forced to go to tie here, like you said. My guess is they're probably going to go to Smallsville to try and get that 3-point in. If they can't, they're going to if they double team Smallsville, then they're going to have to go to someone else, and that's going to be a smaller chance of hitting a three. So, anything goes now, and the defense just has to make sure they don't, do anything. They don't get too many fouls in 10 seconds. And we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, Jefferson has one timeout left. They could use it here. Kennedy has the arrow, but down 3 late. They pretty much need a 3.
Here we go.
Tie. As it's out to Ramon Walker. Free tech. Under 5 seconds. Inside to Ramon Walker. They get the layup, but they're out of timeouts, and the game is over.
Oh, my. Well, that was some finish right there. That is the game.
The Jaguars hang on. Without a timeout, the clock does not stop. This game is ended. with Jefferson winning by a point. Kennedy never did get the three-point shot off. Calvin, that's a shot they probably should have gone for at the start of that possession when there was about 25, 30 seconds left to get to within one. By the time they called that timeout and 9 seconds left, they needed a three, but give Jefferson's defense credit on that last possession. There was never a three-point shot open for Kennedy.
Yeah.
They made things difficult, and they eke out a one-point win tonight.
Yeah, that was good defense overall by Jefferson. You know, at the beginning they played real tough, and that allowed them not only to keep their lead for a little while, but it also allowed them to keep the other team's points down. And then right there you saw them, they didn't let up. They had three guys up at the top of the zone, and they were not going to let up, and they didn't let them have the three-pointer, and all they could do was go in for the layup, and you know, that just wasn't enough to tie up the game. So, I mean, that was some finish in the Battle of Bloomington, I tell you that.
Yeah, I love when these games come down to the final couple of seconds. Great effort by Kennedy tonight, coming back from a 12-point deficit, nearly pulling the big upset with the win, the Jaguars. Who knows, maybe by the end of the night they'll be in first place in the Metro West, but at minimum, if they win their last 3 games, they will have at least a share of the conference championship, a big-time Battle of Bloomington win for the Jaguars tonight. The Eagles led by Christopher Martin. He had 14 points for Kennedy, and a great performance from him. And Daniel Freitag led the Jaguars with 25. Jefferson sweeps the Eagles in both basketball games this year. Again, our final score, Jefferson 58, Kennedy 57. For our crew, for Calvin Emmons and Geisel, this is Josh Powers saying good night from Jefferson High School.